Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
India's biggest startup B2B challenge, the IBM SmartCamp India, completed its third season of the Smart City edition. Organized with an aim to provide a platform to B2B and B2C tech startups, the challenge had participating companies working in the areas of energy, utility, transportation, sanitation, agri-tech, water conservation, citizen management, safety and surveillance. IBM SmartCamp 2016 for Smart City started with the participants presenting their ideas in front of a panel of judges, where the shortlisted candidates were chosen on parameters like innovative solutions, features and demos, ability to scale, team behind the product, and the market size they were addressing with their solution. A total of 10 startups were shortlisted for the final presentation. Setting the agenda for the day and giving insights on some of the best entrepreneurial practices for startups, Manita Narayan, Managing Editor of IBM India, and Seema Kumar, Country Leader Startups and Developers IBM India, shared their views on how IBM engages with startups in India, amongst other topics.
Let me touch a little bit about the B2B as well as IBM. So when you look at our company, 105 years old, and we're known as the Enterprise Solutions Company. That's our heritage. So when we started to work around ecosystems, the natural area for us to focus on was B2B startups. So over the last 2 years, and particularly in this past year, our focus has been building the platforms and exposing the APIs and providing that to the world on a cloud in a very open way so that local innovation can occur. Smart cities is not about bright infrastructure. It is, yes, it's about good infrastructure, but it is also about improving citizen experience.
The GEP program has been originally designed to, nurture entrepreneurship across the globe, and it's a truly global program, right? So while we are running these startup camps, the smart camps in India, it's also a great platform for many of the, winners, finalists to participate in some of the global versions of this program. In fact, this year we had one of the previous winners a few weeks back be one of the finalists, top 6 finalists in San Francisco, right, at the global Smart Camp launch program. So that again gives you yet another global market access, and it is our aspiration and our intent to continue the engagement beyond events like these, to have you have the access to the best resources from IBM.
After the insightful sessions in the morning, the top 10 contestants were to make their final presentations to an esteemed jury comprising of VCs, angel investors, enterprise CIOs, IBM executives, and key influencers in the smart city domain. The jury would decide the top 3 pitches from the shortlisted contestants, thereby revealing the top 3 winners in the category.
What's smart grid? A two-way information flow between the consumer and the utility. Renewable integration, EV integration, and distributed generation. And just to take it 2 minutes for you, how the smart grid looks is segregated into 3 parts. While the first is the infrastructure, which goes through, that is, so your households will have moving from a digital meter to a smart meter. Asset management moving to a more condition monitoring. You will have a communication which has to all the IoT which we talk about, moving towards from the IoT, the grid of things, the communication takes care. And the entire decision making between the utility and the engagement with the consumer, that's where ISOsoft plays a major role. We are enabling India's first smart grid at Mysore. And we take care of the entire application and also integrated with all the legacy system, including the SCADA and stuff.
We are a digital infrastructure solutions company. So what do? We address typical building side pain points today. And for a smart city, only if you make a smart building and which connects to each of the buildings, can you make a a city smarter. So how do we make that? The first is within the building itself, how do we reduce the energy or conserve the energy that we're going to waste there as well? So there's a lot of, energy leakages within the facility which we don't realize. And that's the monitoring that we do there. And second is the safety and security. So everything is again related back to how you correlate the information between multiple systems within the facility itself, starting from your, access control systems, the way you enter, how ease of access to the facility, end user itself that you give, and how safe and secure does he feel within the facility. So how do we do it? So we developed a product called Digital Blanket. So it's the blanket for your facility and digitally connected. So that's the reason we call it as Digital Blanket. There are three offerings that we do. One is the smart buildings, smart work sites, and smart retail. Right, so as part of the smart buildings, if you look at it again, just to put it in summary, so we can connect any facility. There's a local crowd that we've prepared within the, as in we deploy within the facility, and that in turn talks back to the central cloud. Now the entire data is on the move on the mobile for you.
Basically, our solution is a smart irrigation controller. Like it's an affordable solution, affordable and low cost irrigation controller. We are calling it as a Siri. Smart irrigation controller. So basically what it does is it takes the sensor data from multiple locations. Based on the sensor like soil moisture, soil temperature, it will decide when to irrigate, when to switch on the pump set, and how much of water has to be let out based on the crop and based on the crop cycle. We have a solar and wireless modules. Basically wireless modules again is we have an interface with the 3G and GPRS, which again we have web app and mobile app. All the data you can monitor, and as well as you can control the data in the app itself. Progress wise, we have done close to around 100 installations in and around Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh.
We created entire parking management system on a mobile phone. Right now in any parking, the person gives you a handwritten ticket. Not anymore. He uses a mobile phone and a small printer, just like on a pager on your belt, and issues a ticket, prints it, and gives it to everyone. Check in, check out of every vehicle. I know the inventory capacity, so I know real-time availability. Everything is on the cloud, so I know where exactly in the city parking is available up to 30 feet without using any sensor. This is the lowest cost and best ROI to digitize parking industry, and we have been doing this very well. So we are sort of a platform in between. We don't reinvent the wheel. We work with all the sensor making companies and other hardware making companies existing in the world. They've really put a lot of money in R&D, so we don't do that again. We partner with them, integrate them onto our platform, and bring all the data and our own data from parking management system onto the citizen app for the citizens and onto the dashboard for system integrators and government dashboards. We are in 125 locations in Delhi, doing 30,000 parking tickets every day. Jaipur Development Authority has given us an official pilot across 6 locations in Jaipur. We also did huge events. We are official parking partner, technology provider for Kumbh Mela in Ujjain. Prime Minister Modi tweeted about our work in Kumbh Mela Ujjain, where we were able to transform 400 hectares of parking land using our technology.
On the other side of the break, we look at how the other participants fared in their presentations. Four down, 6 more to go. The judges have their work cut out for them as the remaining participants gear up to deliver their winning pitch.
We have developed technology based on Internet of Things and cloud analytics to help SME and large enterprise organizations to save energy, eliminate wastage. So we offer 2 products. One is on the generation side, what we call a IFMS. So for the diesel generators, solar, or even from grid, that provide insights how you are getting the energy, where the gaps are, where the wastages are. The other product that we offer is a IELMS, Intelligent Electrical Management System, that provides insights into where the energy is being used and where the gaps and wastages in your consumption are. And in the analytics, we offer prediction and intelligent alerts that helps customers to take corrective actions to eliminate the wastage.
We are into environmental monitoring solution. We are basically into hardware IoT space. This is a solar powered system which works on patent pending technology which measures different environmental parameters like particulate, noise, vehicular pollution, odor, toxic gases, light, UV, radiation, industrial gases, and a lot more. So this is the back end which is completely on Bluemix and Watson, and we have the data analytics platform called Oizom Terminal, where we also have an app called Air Quality India, which has 100+ location of air pollution real-time data, which you can check right now. This is the cloud analytics platform which provide the end consumer real-time air quality data modeling, air quality data analytics, automated reports, smart notifications, and we are adding real-time pollution mapping, air quality predictions, and pollution source finding, which are so essential features for the whole system. We have done some 50+ installation across the country. We have executed 2 projects. There are 26 monitoring stations installed across Delhi.
We are a machine learning lab with focus on energy, agriculture, and water. We create power out of nothing, literally. When typically people talk about virtual power plant, they talk about batteries. We don't talk about batteries in the network. We talk about intelligence in the network and leveraging that to create that extra power. Now, what are the current problems that we are solving for Indian market? A typical utility will struggle with how much of power, from which source, for how long. And then trying to optimize that across network to ensure that we are able to meet the end customer load at a least possible price. Now, to do that, we need certain intelligence, and these are the different components that we leverage to create that collective intelligence on top of that physical infrastructure, which of course needs a lot of forecasting, both at the system level as well as a distributed network level. Then you need to integrate multitude of data sources. We also integrate satellite data. The reason being, one of the leading load component that we have in India is irrigation, and that's extremely volatile load. So most of the utilities, which are urban utilities, they don't face that, but if you talk about public utilities, they do face that. We are solving some of the global problems with the state-of-the-art utility DEWA, which is Dubai Energy and Water Authority. We're also working with Uttarakhand, hill state of Uttarakhand, where we are solving the problem that we have, indigenous problems. And we have already tested with a couple of other states, including the state of Rajasthan.
United Nations has a report by 2050, world's population is going to hit 9 billion. And to feed that 9 billion, you need to almost double your food production. And we all know what's happening to farmland. It's decreasing. So, at Artinsons, we are highly motivated by our mission, which is how do you bring precision agriculture to the forefront and making very precise decisions. And, we think drones is a start as a data acquisition tool. And so far, our track record proves that it's a highly scalable way to acquire and analyze data. I'll quickly walk you through sort of a use case. This is a 180-acre field in Iowa in the US where the farmer bought crop insurance and he had a freak hailstorm. He called the insurance agent came and said, and the way insurance agent sort of detect damage is by doing a sampling approach. So they sample and then they figure out a damage. He said, no, you're claiming 65 acres, there's only 20 acres of damage. This progressive farmer flew the drone, sent us the data, we processed this, and that's sort of the result. And we arrived at a solution of 61 acres of crop damage. He printed this, went to the insurance agent and said, this is the data from yesterday. And he got paid out $36,000. And that is a pot of gold that we're striving towards.
Keep watching IBM SmartCamp India 2016 because on the other side, we have the remaining presentations and reveal the top 3 winners of the SmartCamp India 2016 for Smart City Edition. As we're inching towards the final round of the event, let's have a look at the final 2 presentations.
There's a big need for structured, consumable data which can actually solve on-ground problems for smart cities. So how can we do that? Essentially what we do is we make 3D models The process is broken down into multiple phases. The first is drone data collection. Second is the drone data collection to 3D models. And third is the data analysis. So we basically let any drone pilot across the globe go there, collect data using any drone made by any manufacturer globally, upload images to our cloud SaaS enterprise software, and convert those data points, raw aerial images, thousands of GBs of data images into 3D models. On top of 3D models, we try to add a layer of analytics. What do we mean by a layer of analytics? So analytics could be multiple things depending on the industries that we work on. We've been there for about 2 years, purely bootstrap, building our venture from revenues, profits. We are there for the business, and that's why everything that we do is for the beta. We launched our cloud platform last year, and we got requests from 15 plus countries in 6 months. Zero marketing efforts, just on the basis of the fact that people need data to be generated from drone images.
At Zipper, what we've done is basically built a scientific digital door numbering system that is used by municipal corporations, that is used by urban development authorities, Department of IT, to create a sequential unique ID for every home. So which basically replaces your 4-line address with an 8-character code that is specific to a city. It is at the level of a dwelling. So this is an example. So just take a moment to pause here to talk about what this officially means, right? So this house number, and this is in Hyderabad, this house number says 1-2-412-6, blah, blah, right? That's being replaced with the scientific ID. Now, take a moment to think. Now, this is being officially replaced by the government. This is not Zipper trying to, hey, this is my ID, please use it. We have another solution for that. But this is officially being replaced by the government to have a smart address for every dwelling in the city. We provide an 8-character code for any city in the world. So it's not just a proxy of a lat long. So we just don't take latitude and longitude and do this. We've sort of take the road network of the city, identify the arterial roads in the city, figure out the pockets of the city that have the maximum amount of growth, and do our sequential ID based on that. We are able to do this for every dwelling. So if you look at the last 2 characters of the code, that basically are, let's say I live in apartment 601, the last 2 characters are that. So if I gave you the first 6 characters of the code, you arrive at the building. If I gave you all 8 characters, you arrive at the doorstep, right? So the goal is to be able to do this at scale, continue to capture a lot of information around the 4-line address to ensure sort of transition phase over the next 5 or 10 years. Access road details. So for every address, we know what the access road is. But the idea is that if you were in some sort of emergency or you had to quickly explain to somebody where you are without the use of a smartphone, you could use this. So it's a non-smart, smart address, right? Our goal is to sort of work with the governments, do the activation, and then sort of build out the whole consumer adoption as well as the ecosystem around it. So today we work with Domino's, Pizza Hut, and a number of other QSR companies that are in the pipeline, as well as logistics, to be able to take a Zipper code during checkout and use that for delivery. So a bunch of examples. So we're also tied up with GVK EMRI, which runs the 108 ambulance service in 18 states in the country. So right now in 2 states, Telangana and Karnataka, you can call, give a Zipper code, and they'll be able to dispatch an ambulance. We're building a digital infrastructure, digital address infrastructure for the country.
Finally, it was time to reveal the all-important winners of the Smart City edition. The second runner-up for the evening is co-founder of Get My Parking, Rasik Pansare. The first runner-up is founder and CEO of Tartan Sense, Jaisimha Rao. And the winner of the IBM SmartCamp India for Smart City is Aditya Vuchi, founder and CEO of Zipper Private Limited. The winner of IBM SmartCamp India 2016 will be given access to IBM Cloud credits and can leverage the best of IBM technologies around cognitive, cloud, analytics, mobility, IoT, and infrastructure as a service.
The IBM SmartCamp, it's a really great platform for startups like us, early stage startups, getting to interact with all the CIOs, all the who's who of the industry from the smart city world.
So at Tartan Sense, our mission is to bring precision agriculture to the forefront, to help farmers. And currently we are using drones to map out the field, to tell the farmer exactly which crop is healthy, which crop is not healthy.
Zipper is a perfect solution for smart cities, where we give a scientific digital door numbering system with a unique ID for every home. So we work with municipal corporations, smart cities as well as the government.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.